hit right into our next question. It is unknown. This is from my email. It says, how do you feel when you're at a store or somewhere and a mom or dad hits their kids right in front of you? Do you respond or do you go about your own business? Okay, in my actual job, I am a mandatory reporter. So therefore, if I see something and later on that child gets killed or is broken leg or something, and let's say we're at Walmart and they see on the surveillance tape that I'm staring right at that situation, and she's hitting the kid there and then goes home and breaks the kid's arm, mandatory reporters are liable. They are to tell what is going on. Now, they're, parents should really, I don't have any children, but I do have nieces and nephews that are pretty rowdy when we take them to the store. If you're a mother and a father, I would leave your kids at home. But if you're a single mom or a single dad, I know that would be hard. To just leave them with someone, because money is tight lately. We all have to understand that if we give to our kids, and then, when we're short on money and they want something and we don't give it to them, you're going to have to understand they're going to react like, I want that toy now! But, that's because, not saying that it's the mother or the father's fault, but it is kind of, I would say. Because I tell my sister, it's, you spoil them. They get what they want, and then when you say you can't have it, they want it still. So, I'd have to say that, I'll tell you a story. I've been in Walmart and seen and heard some really shitty kids doing some really shitty things to their parents. But when the mother took that little girl, picked her up, and I really mean just like picked her up and slammed her into the cart, that was wrong. That was over the top and too much, I believe. My beliefs are different, but that's what I believe. That is over the top. Another instance, I've seen, it was, that really doesn't matter, but I've seen a lady that took her son and picked him up by, like, right here and just swung him around the corner and said, let's go, we're leaving. And she, like, dropped her stuff, like, or left her cart and just drug him down the aisle. I don't believe that's right. And I don't believe that you should do it behind closed doors. I don't believe that you should lay a hand on a child. And if no one, sorry, I'm reading in Blog TV. They don't agree. Some people are not agreeing with me in Blog TV right now. But this is my feelings, and they have their feelings too. But I believe what I, as the mandatory reporter, have and will do again is, not step in at the moment. But what I did one time was say, ma'am, did you drop this? And I mean, it kind of takes her eye off of the child and onto whatever I have in my hand. I know she didn't drop it, but it was, I don't know, I had $1. I don't remember. I think it was just $1 in my hand. I said, ma'am, did you drop this? And yeah, I gave it to her because she said yes. Whatever. But as long as it took the eye off the child, I was fine with giving her $1. That's totally fine. So, if I didn't step in, and I remember that child and seeing in the newspaper the next day that mother of 3 killed her 5-year-old daughter by strangling her to death or shaking her to death, wouldn't that make you feel bad? It would make me feel bad. So let's look at it on the other hand. Parents need to understand that if you give and give, then you honestly really need to understand that that's what they're going to expect. They're going to expect you to always give them and always, always make sure that they have what they want. Not need. I don't say need because parents do know what their children need. But sometimes need and want get confused with, the same thing. When you're a child, you don't know. Your parents are there to protect you. Why put a hand on a child? Honestly, why would you put your hands on a little child? Do I believe that they become criminals or violent towards others or blah 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 that stuff? Maybe in some cases they do. So why should we sit there and let them, maybe we need to work on how, very beginning we treat our children, or how they want, teach them wanting and needing, and make sure that they know that those are two different things. Like, they want a video game, but they need milk. You know, someone needs to teach them the difference. And they're kids. How are they supposed to know on their own what they want? Well, they do know what they want, but do they know what they need? No. That's why we're their parents. That's why we help them make decisions. Even at 18, some kids still need to understand you don't need to have a brand new car. So that's how I look at it, and that's how I see it. So these are my opinions. These are my thoughts upon the question that you asked. So I hope this helps you and anyone else that is watching these. But just remember, it is against the law, no matter where you're at, to beat your child. It is against the law, and you will be taken to court, and I hope that you get prosecuted to the fullest extent for putting your hand on the child. It is wrong. It is morally incorrect. You should not put your hands on anyone, an adult or anyone. I mean, honestly, why would you want to even put your hands upon anyone? What's that golden rule? Treat others as you would want to be treated, or do unto others as you would want done unto you. So if you don't want to be beat by your husband, your boyfriend, why would you want to beat your child? You know how it feels. Say you're married and your husband's beating you. Why would you want to take your anger out on your child, the innocent thing that it is, when you know how it feels? That is exactly how those children feel when you're hitting them, beating them. And remember, they're only a child. They're your child. Your responsibility. You made them. You take care of them the best that you can. And if you can't, maybe then you should think about giving them up. That's my thoughts. If you think you have to put your hands on your children, there's right and wrong. Teach them right and wrong. When your kid comes home and says, "Oh, I beat the shit out of this kid." Why? Well, you hit me. Why can't I hit them? What's that teach them? Nothing. Have a great night. Hope that helped.